All right, let's get this going. For those of you who don't know me, have not seen me in the flesh, I am Serena Hill LaRoche. I'm the one that's been annoying you with lots of emails and trying to follow up. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for all of my fellow board members for the region, as well as all of your local chapter leadership that I'm sure have been trying to answer questions just as much as I have about this process. If you're new to NATS, it just takes a cycle to really get used to how it all runs. But I encourage you that if you are new to NATS, that you just reach out to your local leadership if you have any questions. If you're having trouble with adjudication, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to make myself as available as I possibly can. During the adjudication window, I, like all of you, work a day job, but I will get back with you. That being said, once you do get your adjudication assignments, if you would please go on to the computer and check and make sure that it all looks correct. Look at the list, make sure I haven't made any mistakes, and have you adjudicating one of your own students, or have you adjudicating an exorbitant amount of hours. I have tried my very best to not have that happen. The adjudication schedule will go out tomorrow, so you'll all get to see that tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow morning. And hopefully it'll be ready for everybody to start around noon. I will definitely let you know when that happens. I have a little PowerPoint that I'd like to share with you. This is kind of an adapted version of what we did at the live event. It is slightly different at the virtual event. Hold on 1 second. Where is my Zoom window? Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can everybody see it? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, very good. Make you all smaller. If anybody has questions, feel free to either unmute or put it in the chat, and hopefully I'll answer questions as we go. If you can hold off until toward the end, there will be time for you to ask questions. So this is part 2. We are doing the musical theater and commercial music. Let's see. Hello. This is the rough schedule. We are meeting tonight for our judges meeting. For those that can't be here, there will be a recording available on Mars YouTube channel. I'll also send a link out to that, probably along with my assignments. Judging assignments will be available on March 15th, and adjudication is asynchronous on your own time between March 15 and 19. There is a caveat to that. For those who are adjudicating any of the split categories, sing-off rounds will be finished on March 20th by 3 o'clock, and there's more information on that on the next slide. And then our honors recital will be at 6 p.m. on March 22nd on our Mars Nats YouTube channel. We will also release the results document at 8 p.m. that night. I'll send out a link to it, and then we'll also publish it so that you can share the good news. Split category adjudication. So these are categories that are large enough that instead of having you adjudicate 60 different singers, I split so that we would have multiple judges adjudicating a smaller number. And ultimately, these categories will need to have a sing-off before they move on to the national preliminaries. If you are adjudicating a split category, and again, you'll find that out tomorrow morning, or maybe later tonight, but probably tomorrow morning, Your adjudication must be complete by the end of the day, Sunday, March 17. And this is especially important. If you need a little bit of extra time or wiggle room, if you'll just email me so that I'm aware that your understanding of the schedule and that we're on the same page about that, it's fine. The categories are MT 1, 1-2, 2-1, all of the ones that are listed here. Any of them that have a -1, -2, -3, -4 next to them are going to be split categories and will require a sing-off. So there will be 7 sing-offs that will be completed between the 19th and the 20th. The sing-off rounds begin roughly Monday, March 18th at noon, and will continue to March 20th at 3 o'clock. If you are assigned a sing-off round, I will email you directly when your round is open and ready for you to adjudicate. Let's see. So for your adjudication assignments, I will send out a document, and you'll want to look for multiple assignments. You may have a couple of small adjudication assignments, or you may just have one, or you may have a small adjudication assignment and maybe a sing-off round. But just check carefully to see what your judging assignment is going to be. And then look to see if there are any conflicts. Did I accidentally assign you to adjudicate your own students? That is very possible because I am human. I would also say go ahead and look for your students' names and make sure, just triple dog check that they are in the correct category and that there's nothing that looks off about that. You'll access Audition now through the NATS website. And I'd like for you to do that. Say you had set aside your adjudication time to do it all on Sunday. I would like for you to go ahead and look at it online on Friday, just to make sure that the categories you are supposed to be adjudicating are available to you, that you looked at the adjudication window and you see them. Great, I will get to them on Sunday. That is perfectly fine. But you don't want to wait until the last hours to check that it's available. And then just be flexible. Many of you know who've been working on this new platform that it's really still in a work in progress, and we're working through the kinks. And it's important that we do this so that we can identify the kinks and make it better for the next round of auditions. I'd like to take a minute and just show you how you will access these. So I'm going to show you the next slide first. This is the NATS website. When you log on to the NATS website, you can see at the very top your email address. And if you will click on that email address, no matter where you are on the NATS website, it will take you to this landing page that is for you. And it's for you because it says, welcome, Serena Hill LaRoche. Welcome, right? Whatever your name is, Mark Greenewalt, everyone who's out there today. It'll also tell you that you're a member in good standing and all of that. It makes me feel good every time I go on there. Yes, I am in good standing. And then if you'll scroll all the way down to the bottom of this page, you'll see a button for Audition Now. You see I've got the little red arrow there. And then that is going to take you to the Audition Now platform. Now, this is where you might just need to go get a glass of water, right? Sometimes this, depending on your internet speed, it may take a second for this page to load. So just get a glass of water, come back, and then look at it. It's going to look like this panel on the right. And you'll see the location there. I have got a circle around it. It will be set to whatever location you last adjudicated. So if you last adjudicated in North Carolina, that location will say North Carolina. but you'll want to go ahead and change that location to Mid-Atlantic. And then underneath that, change your role from teacher to adjudicator. Right. And then once you do that, you'll be able to access the adjudications for the virtual round. Yeah. For those of you who are new to adjudication in NATS, this is roughly what our adjudication forms look like. If we were doing them in paper, you would see the repertoire listed. You would see these little sliders there that have scores attached to them, 70 to 100, right? And so you're using a rubric in order to determine where the student falls on that spectrum. We adjudicate against a rubric standard for the age level and for that category, and not against individual students. We don't compare the students themselves to one another. Generally speaking, we would say that these students walk in at an 85. You know, as someone who works with young singers, that an especially low score can be devastating, especially to our young singers. So if you want to just assume that they're an 85 and then adjust as you go, keep in mind that all of these singers have qualified by getting a 90 or above in some way, shape, or form, either an average of 90 or above or 2 scores of 90 in order to qualify for this region round. Yeah. When it comes to adjudication, you will be asked on the page for comments. So we want to keep the comments constructive and helpful. We want to be constructive and not destructive. We also want to make sure that our comments align with what our score is. So if you scored them an 88, let's say, and put their tone at like an 88 and a breath at like a 6, or an 86, and then their language and diction at a 91, but then the comments say, great job, keep going. That doesn't really help the student, right? We really want to use the comments as a platform for engaging with the student and helping them get to the next level. Let's see here. You'll want to review the category requirements for the particular category that you are adjudicating. And we have lots of really great NSA resources that I'd like to just take a moment and look at, just really briefly. For those of you who have not seen the new resources, they really are quite amazing. So let me get to the website. All right, so this is the NAT site. All right, everybody's familiar somewhat with the NAT site. If you go over here to menu, and then if you click on get involved, you can go to competitions and auditions. And then over here, the National Student Auditions, the NSA, you can click the little plus sign and you'll see lots of helpful things. I like to go directly to the NSA Resource Center. And on this page, you'll find all kinds of fun things. And some of them I will link within my letter with assignments. So the NSA categories of entry. So if I click on this, it will show me all the categories of entry. It'll also tell me how long the category is going to be. So if I have been assigned to MT1, right? So this is MT1, Children Musical Theater, all voices, 11 and under, below 6th grade. This is a 6-minute category, which means that you're going to listen to them sing for 6 minutes. Now, at that level, they may not have 6 minutes of music. Their songs may be 2 minutes and 3 minutes, and they may be done. But if they have especially long songs, it may go longer. But we ask you to only listen to 6 minutes and then to stop. You are welcome to type and do comments while you watch. That is perfectly fine. The first choice of the singer should be marked with an asterisk. If the singer has chosen not to mark, has chosen not to have a song, a first choice song, then you're welcome to start with whatever song you would like. Let me get out of this. If you are adjudicating the children and youth category, these are just some helpful resources that you should think about perusing, right? This tells you a little bit about the children and youth categories and how we adjudicate them. We do use the musical theater rubric and the commercial music rubric, but adjusting for the age of the student. And I'll let you read these things on your own time, right? There are also helpful videos. So if you go down here to NSA adjudication resources, you'll see if you are adjudicating a children or youth category, I would highly recommend watching the children and youth adjudicator training. It is very short. They have done brand new, hello, I've got ads coming on. But they have really made an effort for these videos to be short. And all of them are under 15 minutes. So this adjudicating video will give you some helpful ideas about how to adjudicate those categories and the types of things that we might want to say to kids if you're not used to adjudicating children. Anyway, there's also a couple of things on here for comments, examples of short and amplified comments, sample comments for musical theater categories. These are really great resources and can really take your adjudication to the next level in helping that student reach their vocal goals. So I'm going to back out of this and go back to my PowerPoint. There it is. Okay. So when you're going to be adjudicating, you want to get comfortable, get a good room set up, have your timer and a routine. So if you're adjudicating a 10-minute category, I recommend setting that timer. You press play, you press the timer, and when the timer goes off, that's all, right? And you want to get into a pretty good routine with that so that you don't spend more time than you should adjudicating. Listen to the chosen video first and in its entirety, right? It is possible for some of these singers to go back and look in their settings to see if you watched their full video. So please do it. Listen to the first video in its full entirety, and then listen for the full minutes. Listen to songs without stopping for the entirety of the timed audition, example, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and then move on to the next student. You can type while you are listening. If you have problems with the interface or you have problems with your internet, you might type into a Word document and then paste into Audition Now if you're worried about losing information. When you're done with your category, just check the scores that they're complete and saved, right? Important tips: be positive, be constructive, not destructive. We want these singers singing for a lifetime. Be gracious with any technical difficulties. I understand that it can be frustrating if a singer, you can't hear them very well or you can't see them very well in the video. Some students are going to have better access to technology than others. And we really want to adjudicate the singing and not get into the weeds with what they should have done or could have done in their video. Consider the age and level of the singer. We don't want to compare, a young high school student necessarily to a child, or a high school student to an advanced singer. Stick to the singing and not, and we're going to try to stay away from comments about repertoire, about what they're wearing or how they have their hair or what's in the background of the video. We really just want to stick to the singing, and then no solicitations. Decimal points for scores. So we don't allow decimal points for scores for a variety of reasons. I know that it's really it's really tempting to want to rank them in your mind by using decimal points, but we ask you please not to do that. And if you do, I'll probably reach out to get you to change that. So please don't do that. Email me with issues. It's okay to go out of order from what is listed. Judge as if there is no issue with a video. If a cat jumps across the screen, or it gets a little blurry for a second, just judge as if there's no issue with that video. The repertoire has been vetted, but there's a lot of videos, and it is possible that in the hubbub of getting all of those things adjusted, there might be an issue. And if there is an issue, just let me know, but please go ahead and adjudicate the student and let me worry about the rest. Let me worry about legalities and all of that. Are there any questions so far? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to move forward for now. Sing-off rounds. So if you are an adjudicator for a sing-off round, these are for split categories, and all split categories are going to have a sing-off round. The top 3 of each split are going to move into the sing-off, and their chosen piece is going to be the one song. And the adjudicators will hear one song from each singer, no score and no comments. So if you are doing the adjudication for a sing-off round, you will not give any comments. It will just be a score. Judges will be announced and emailed when the sing-off is ready for adjudication. And I'll let you know in the assignment document that I send out tomorrow whether or not I plan on you being a sing-off adjudicator. Results will be posted on social media, then on our website on Friday, March 22nd at 8 p.m. This is after the honors recital has concluded. The top student in each category will be featured on the virtual honors recital on Friday, March 22nd at 6 p.m. on the MAR-NATS YouTube channel. And then that will live on our YouTube channel and will be available after the recital as well. After everything has been adjudicated and the sing-off rounds, there will be a top 5 scorers that will advance to the NSA, to the national preliminaries. The national preliminaries will be YouTube rounds, and that is nationwide, right? And once singers get past the YouTube round, then the semifinals and the finals are in person at the national conference live this summer in Knoxville at the convention. The results will be verified. You'll follow the details on the national website. If your student has qualified, you will get an email from Mark McQuaid, who is the auditions coordinator for the NSA. The application deadline for the national preliminaries, if they have qualified, will be April 12th, 2024. And then, of course, the conference is in Knoxville, Tennessee, June 28th through July 2nd. In conjunction with our virtual student auditions, we also have virtual conference events that I just wanted to mention. We have 2 presentations. The first one, the Value of Method workshop, 4 to 5 on Sunday, March 17th. And then another presentation, A Case for Pop workshop, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. These will be live on our YouTube channel, and we'll be taking questions throughout on the chat in the YouTube channel. So I really hope that you'll join us for that. And then March 18th, we have a virtual masterclass. If you are a clinician for that masterclass or your singer is participating on that masterclass, I will be sending out a Zoom link for that, and then we will be streaming that masterclass live to our YouTube channel. And then there on the screen is the YouTube channel address, but you can find it at Marnats 5148 on the YouTube site. And then here again is that schedule. March 17th, 4 p.m., The Value of Method, Lessons from Bel Canto Masters, presented by Ariana Wyatt from Texas Tech, not Texas Tech, hello, Virginia Tech. I don't know why I put Texas Tech. Virginia Tech University. I will fix that. And then the second one at 5:30, Craig Allen from Winthrop University, The Need for Pop in the Classical Degree. And then on March 18th, we have the online masterclass with Rob Chafin, Lisa St. Odom, and Craig Allen. And we have singers lined up for that as well. The virtual honors recital again is Friday, March 22nd, 6 to 8 p.m. on our YouTube channel. So thank you very much. And with that, I will take questions. I got a thumbs up. Any questions? Don't be shy. If you have a question, go ahead. Janet Hopkins, what is your question? Thank you, Danielle. Bye, Carrie. Thank you, Lisa.
What should we do if there's a judge who has submitted comments that are rated at 85 or below for a singer, especially when the other judges in that category have rated the singer at quite a bit of a difference?
Well, are you talking about for the in-person or virtual?
Well, for either. I'm not talking about this specific round. I'm talking about something that's happened in the past.
For in-person, we have a system in place where after the third system, they would average the scores to see average the score and then compare to see if their averages are in the same ballpark. Because you don't want one judge that's judging quite harshly and then another couple of judges that are on the same page, right? That's can be very confusing for a student, for sure. It's a little trickier with the virtual auditions. What I'll say is that I'll keep my eye on it. And if it looks like scores for a particular judge are coming in substantially lower, I'll do my best to reach out to that adjudicator. That being said, I can't change their scores, but I might mention that their scores maybe aren't in line with the other adjudicators and suggest that they might take another look at it. Is that helpful? Yeah.
Yes.
We do our best. We really do. You know, all of the audition coordinators are volunteers and they give a lot of time, and we all want to do our best for these students. We really do. Everybody has the best intentions. And that's generally why I say you just want to start with the premise that they're walking in at an 85 and then kind of adjust as you go. Yeah. And keeping in mind, all of these students have qualified to be here. So we shouldn't have any for those things.
One other thought.
Mhm.
Could we, since these comments are really more for the student than they are for the teacher, is there any way of asking the judges to maybe use language that would be appropriate for the age level of the student that they're adjudicating?
We do actually recommend that, and especially if you listen to the children and youth adjudicator training, which is about 13 minutes long. She talks about that in the training about making sure that the language that you use is accessible to the age level. But I mean, I think we all assume that these comments are going to be explained in more detail through the teacher as well. That they're not going to be looking at the comments in a vacuum, that they'll have you as a resource to help them really understand what they're reading.
Thank you.
Other questions? Triple dog check. It's fire. Freshly coined phrase. Triple. Yes. Yes, you can coin my phrase triple dog check. Any other questions? Well, that's all I have for you today. You're welcome to unmute and just say hi, or if you've got things to do, please feel free to go forth and do them. If you have questions throughout your adjudication, please, please, please reach out to me, and just know that I'll be working my very best to get these assignments out to you and to get these adjudications ready for you to start working on tomorrow so that you have plenty of time. Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Serena.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much, Serena. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Christina. All right, I'm going to stop the recording.